Hello all, welcome to another quick learning. Today we're going to be going over functions in Google Sheets. So let's get right into it. Alright, so here we're going to be going over the most common functions you would do in a spreadsheet. So we're going to go over sum, average, count, count A, min, and max. So I've got a list of numbers here and I'm going to show you how to use the functions. So if you want to put in a formula, first thing you do is you hit equal, and then if you start typing in function, you see it'll start to show you possible options down below. So if I want to put in sum, you'll see it'll start to autocomplete here. And you'll also be able to see a small description of what the function does. In this case, sum is a sum of a series of numbers and or cells. And if you press down, you can see what some of the other ones do as well. And if it's selected, you can hit tab to autocomplete a function. And then after it's completed and it has the parenthesis, you'll see a small description of the function, what's called the arguments here. So value 1, comma, value 2, etc. When you see these brackets, that means these arguments are optional. And then it'll give you an example of the function filled out, the summary, and a description of the different arguments. So value 1 is the first number or range to add together. So range just means a group of cells. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and select these group of cells or range that we have over here. And since the other arguments are optional, we don't need to include those, so we can close it with a parenthesis and press enter. So the sum of these is 55. And similarly, we're going to do the same thing for average. So we find it, we press tab to auto complete it. You can look at the information or even click here on the hyperlink to get more information. Again, we're going to click, drag down. So average is just an average of this, so it's 5.5 is the average. And then we've got count, so it's going to count the numeric values in a data set. So let's autocomplete that. So we would expect to get 10 because there's 10 values. That's correct. Count A is a little different. So actually to set up count A, I'm going to put in some text and such. And then actually I'm going to go back to count, and I'm going to go to change this to include D11. And you can see the dotted line. This represents the values that are selected. When I select that, you see it's still 10, because although there are 11 cells with values, there's only 10 with numeric values or numbered values. Whereas when I use count A, you can see it's a count of the number of values in a data set, so whether they're numeric or not. And if I select that same data set, you can see now we get 11. And min is just the minimum value in a data set. So again, we tab autocomplete. We can select all of these, and we get 1. And max is going to be very similar to that, except the reverse. And we're going to get 10. Alright, so that's a quick introduction to formulas in Google Sheets. Hope you learned something. Thank you very much.